1, 2, 3, go. So, good day everyone. My name is Aliza Apiolo from Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, first year. So, I'm here with you to present organic and inorganic compounds found at home. But before I start my presentation, I will start with a quote. Okay, since Valentine's naman, so this quote is about love. So I guess chemistry is just another word for love by Scott Thompson. Before I really start the presentation, okay, let's define first the difference between organic compounds and inorganic compounds. So here it goes. According to BYGU's, the learning app, the primary differences that lies between organic and inorganic compounds kay ang presence or lack of carbons. Kaya ang organic compounds always have a carbon atom, while ang inorganic compounds do not contain the carbon atom in them. And almost all organic compounds have CH bonds, while ang inorganic doesn't have CH bonds. Then the most common fact that separates organic compound from inorganic compounds is that organic compounds is primarily the results from activities of a living being, whereas inorganic compounds are derived from natural processes which are not related to any farms on earth, or any results of human experiments which are conducted in laboratories. An example sa organic compounds kay sugars, amino acids, proteins, carbohydrates, while ang inorganic kay calcium carbonate, water, and sodium chloride. But the distinction between organic and inorganic doesn't lie only sa presence or lack of carbon it's more than that. So let's explain it one by one. From the table, ang organic compounds characterized by the presence of carbon in them, which is mentioned ako kanina. While ang inorganic most inorganic compounds do not have carbon atoms in them, but some exceptions do exist. Ang organic compounds consisting of hydrogen, oxygen, carbons, and their other derivatives, while ang inorganic they do not possess hydrogen or oxygen and their derivatives. So ang derivatives din mean can synthesize from parent by replacement of one atom with another or groups of atoms. Then next, organic compounds exist in the form of solids, liquids, and gases, while ang inorganic they only exist as solids. Ang organic compounds they are insoluble in water, so dili sila capable in dissolving in water, while ang inorganic soluble in water, so capable siya in dissolving in water, and also non-soluble in some of the organic solutions. So, which is mentioned ako kanina, these compounds have carbon-hydrogen bonds, while ang inorganic compounds, they do not have CH bonds or carbon-hydrogen bonds. Then, which is mentioned na sa ako kanina, ang organic compounds are mainly found in most living things, while ang inorganic are found in non-living things. Next, ang organic compounds form covalent bonds, while ang inorganic compounds form ionic bonds between atoms of molecules. So in aqueous solutions sa organic compounds, poor conductors sila of heat and electricity, while ang inorganic compounds known to be good conductors of heat and electricity. So examples of organic compounds which is mentioned kanina again, fats, nucleic acids, sugars, enzymes, proteins, and hydrocarbon fuels, while ang inorganic compounds non-metals, salts, metals, acids, bases, substances which are made from single elements. Organic compounds relatively low melting points and boiling points, while ang inorganic compounds have low melting points and boiling points compared to organic compounds. Then sa organic compounds, these are biological and more complex in nature, while ang inorganic these are of minerals and not much complexity in nature. Ang organic compounds cannot make salts, while ang inorganic compounds can make salts. And organic compounds ang iyang rate of reaction is low, while ang inorganic ang rate of reaction is high. So, ato main objectives good why I made this presentation kay we are asked to find 5 organic compounds and 5 inorganic compounds na makita ra sa house or community. And luckily I found all 10. So 5 organic compounds and 5 inorganic compounds. So first kay acetone, butane, coffee, mothballs, and alcoholic beverages. So let's discuss first acetone. So acetone kay na siya molecular formula of C3H6O. Then it is a colorless, mobile, flammable liquid and can dissolve in thin air. Nasa siya melting point of negative 95.4 degrees Celsius and boiling point of 56.53 degrees Celsius. So, ang density is calculated to be at 0.790 grams per cubic centimeter and the compound dissolved and put in cold water. Ang acetone occurs naturally in plants, trees, volcanic gases, forest fires, and as a product of breakdown of body fat. So, really soluble in water siya. Ethanol, either and itself serve as an important solvent. So, ang common products containing acetone is nail polish and nail polish remover. So, mga gamitan sa mga manicurista. Next, butane. Nasa siya molecular formula of C4H10. So, ang butane is also known as N-butane. It belongs to the class of organic compounds known as alkanes. So, it is a gas at room temperature and atmospheric temperature. It is highly flammable, colorless, easily liquefied gases that quickly vaporize at room temperature. So, it is found dissolved in crude petroleum in 1864. And density is 2.48 kilograms per cubic meters. So, siya boiling point of negative 1 degrees Celsius. Then, yung melting point is negative 138 degrees Celsius. So, ang common products containing butane kay cigarette lighters and butane canister. So, ang kaning butane canister is found sa mga katong mga DIY sa nyupsal. So, manang Korean food. So, since I'm a Korean lover sad, so sometimes sangyop me. And we will use butane canister and portable stove to make sangyupsal. So, we just add a non-stick griller for. So, next, caffeine. Ang caffeine na siya molecular formula of C8H10 and 4O2. So, siya, ang caffeine acts as a central nervous system stimulant kay once you drink coffee and once it reaches in the brain kay the most noticeable effect is alertness. So, you'll feel more active and less tired. So, mani ang mga tambal sa mga nag-cramming and nag-all-nighter. Or, mani ang kanang mostly found siya sa mga padong ng finals o midterms. Then, ang caffeine is a white, odorless, and hygroscopic crystalline solid. Has a density of 1.23 gml to the power negative 1. And its melting point is 235 degrees Celsius, and at high temperatures it decomposes. So why is caffeine decomposes at high temperature? So although caffeine sublimes means solid to gases without turning it to liquid at roughly 178 degrees Celsius. Kay model studies have shown that caffeine readily survives the roasting process even at temperatures far exceeding at 200 degrees Celsius. Though the reason for this remain unclear, it is believed that caffeine's strong complex with other compounds within the coffee matrix create a strong retention that prevent it from further sublimation and ultimately decomposition. Then, since ako na mention ang boiling point niya is 178 degrees Celsius, it is soluble in water. So, meaning, siya able to dissolve in water. So, ang common products containing caffeine is coffee, tea, hot cocoa, and chocolate bar. So next, dichlorobenzene, C6H4Cl2. So it is a colorless to white solid crystal with a strong pungent odor. So nato ni siya makitaan sa atong sa provinces, sa atong hometown, sa atong parents. So mali ang mga masimot na ni siya sa every time open tag closet or ilang kaban or baol. So kaban or baol is a Bisaya term for closet or katiguangan nga words. So siya treasure chest. It will sublime, turning from a solid directly into gas at room temperature. It is a synthetic, white crystalline solid that is practically insoluble in water, so not capable of dissolving in water, and soluble in either, so capable of dissolving in either chloroform, carbon disulfide, benzene, alcohol, and acetone. So ang vapor pressure niya kay 4x 10 to the power negative 1 mmHg at 20 degrees Celsius. So, yung flash point is 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So, ang meaning sa flash point kay lowest temperature at which a chemical can vaporize to form an ignitable mixture in air. So, the lower the flash point is, indicates a higher flammability. Ng dichlorobenzene na siya boiling point of 345 degrees Fahrenheit at 760 mmHg or millimeter of mercury. So, nasa siya melting point of 127 degrees Fahrenheit. So, the chlorobenzene is denser than water, meaning mo sink siya sa water and insoluble in water, so incapable resolving in water. So, ang common products containing the chlorobenzene kay mothballs and deodorizers. Ethanol. Ang ethanol, kaya siya molecular formula of C2H5OH. So, mani ang atong makitaan sa mga palahubog na tong powder. So, it is lasan daw as smell as whiskey. So, I don't know if true siya, I never tried whiskey or any alcoholic beverages. Then, it is a flammable, colorless liquid with a boiling point of 78.5 degrees Celsius. So, ang low melting point of negative 114 degrees, 0.5 degrees Celsius. So, it allows it to be used in antifreeze products. So, antifreeze product means engine coolant. So, let's just ask our titos and fathers literate sa cars. So, let's just ask them, guys. I'm not that, experts in that matter. Then, ang ethanol, its density is 789 gl, about 20% less than that of water. It is easily soluble in water, meaning can be dissolved in water easily, and is itself a good solvent used in perfumes, paints, and tinctures. So, ang ethanol sad kay na disinfectant property, one reason why alcoholic beverages can be stored for a long time. So, money ang applicable sa wine kay the more siya nag-stored, like the older the wine is, the tastier it is, but ang disadvantage kay expensive siya. So, I don't know if true siya, I never tried it kay, mahal siya. Can't afford it. So, ang common products containing alcohol kay alcoholic beverages. So, Red Horse, Fundador Light, or wine. So, next. So, inorganic compounds found at home. By 5 inorganic compounds found at home. Desiccant, salt, glass of water, non-stick pan, toothpaste. So, first, silica. Ang silica na molecular formula of SiO2, so also known as silicon dioxide. Each unit of silica includes 1 atom of silicon and 2 atoms of oxygen. So, ang pure silica is a colorless, but if na impurities or contaminants present kay in a sample of quartz, it may be colored. So, mo matter sa purities o impurities o purities. Silicon under normal conditions of temperature and pressure is solid, crystallized mineral. So, na siya hardness rating a 7 on the Mohs scale. So, Mohs scale kaya man siya a scale used to measure the hardness of minerals relative to each other. Nasa siya melting point of 3,110 degrees Fahrenheit o boiling point at 4,064 degrees Fahrenheit. So, mo na ang common products containing silica kay desiccant. So, ang desiccant, kita nato ni siya sa mga new shoes, sa mga new leather shoes. Next, sodium chloride. Siya ay molecular formula of NaCl. So, mo na ang present sa sea and ocean water. Mo na yung reason why seawater is salty. Kay 1% to 5% salt is made of seawater is made of sodium chloride, and it is a stable solid, and it is a white crystalline solid. It should not have odor but possess a taste, so it doesn't smell but it tastes like salt or salty. Yung density niya kay 2.16 gml, siya boiling point of 2575 Fahrenheit at 760 mmHg of mercury, and yung melting point kay 801 degrees Celsius. It is readily soluble in water, so easily dissolved in water and other polar solvents, and partially soluble or insoluble in other liquids. So ang constant siya in its aqueous solution state that NaCl acts as a good conductor of electricity due to the free movements of the ions. So, common products of sodium chloride is table salt and baking powder. Next, water. Nasad siya ay molecular formula of H2O. So, water is polar since oxygen is more electronegative than hydrogen. It is an excellent solvent because it has a unique ability to dissolve many polar and ionic substances. It has a high heat capacity and a high heat of vaporization. It has cohesive properties, meaning responsible for surface tension due to their ability to form hydrogen bonds with another. Adhesive properties allows it to stick to substance other than itself. So, water is less dense as a solid than as a liquid, so water floats. Ang common products containing water is drinking water. Next, calcium carbonate. Ang calcium carbonate, nasan siya yung molecular formula of CaCO3. So, pure CaCO3 is an odorless, fine white powder. It has density of 2.71 gml. The melting point niya ay 1399 degrees Celsius at its calcite form. It is insoluble in water, so incapable of dissolving in water, and stable at normal temperatures. So at 1200 Kelvin, so that's Kelvin by the way, calcium carbonate decomposes to give carbon dioxide and calcium oxide. So mo ni ang iyang chemical properties. So, common products containing calcium carbonate kay toothpaste and marble. Last, polymer of tetrafluoroethylene or PTFE. So, yung molecular formula niya kay C2F4N. So, it is a synthetic polymer, meaning it is man-made chemical made up of two main atoms, so ang carbon, ang fluorine. It is unique qualities is its high resistance to temperature. Its boiling point is said to be about 327 degrees Celsius, which is equal to 600 degrees Kelvin. The van der Waals active are not very strong since the only intermolecular force present is dispersion. So dispersion meaning is the intermolecular force that occurs because any two molecules that are adjacent to each other are attracted to each other. Although these forces are not very strong, the molecules in the PTFE are very close together, and there is an effective contact between them. The extreme electronegativity of fluorine atom is what causes Teflon to be so chemically resistant because the only interaction possible between it and other molecules is repulsion. Ang PTFE sad can share excellent properties such as chemical inertness, heat resistance both high and low, electrical insulation properties, low coefficient of friction. So, yung static of 0.08 and dynamic 0.01. A non-stick property of a wide temperature range 260 to 260 degrees Celsius. So, ang common products containing polymer of tetrafluoroethylene kay non-stick pans and pans. To sum it all, so I found 5 organic compounds found at home. So, ang acetone, butane, coffee, mothballs, alcoholic beverages, while I found 5 inorganic compounds found at home kay non-stick pan, desiccant, salt, glass of water, and toothpaste. So here is my references. And thank you and stay safe always. Bye-bye.